What's up, Beastone Nation? Happy Tuesday night. A lot of you will be watching this on Wednesday. I'm doing an article today. Well, I'm doing a video of an article. And what the article is it highlights the top 10 experts from Fantasy Pros. And they ask all these experts, what is one player you must draft this season? So what we're going to do is we're going to go over these like breakout, great value picks, and we're going to discuss them and really see if these guys are players that can be part of the Beastone draft strategy. I'm open to listening to seeing what they have to say, but at the same time, let's just give it a listen. So the first expert is all over Antonio Callaway, and I don't even need to read this because right away, the Browns have Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry, David Njoku. Those three guys are the first three guys Baker Mayfield's going to look at when he's throwing the football. And then besides that, the running backs are going to have a crucial role in this offense in the passing game, whether it be Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Duke Johnson Jr., if he's part of this team. There is not enough targets for Antonio Callaway to be a fantasy option this season. There just are not. Maybe in a best ball league, as a last resort receiver, because he will have a couple, a handful of long touchdowns this year, because that's his game. But as far as on a week-to-week basis, Antonio Callaway is nothing more than a wide receiver 4, unless there's an injury to Odell or Landry, which would push him to the wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 area. But he's by no means someone that's going to win you your fantasy league. So, just a waste of a response right there from the first expert. Second expert, Larry Fitzgerald. Now, I don't need to read what he said because I don't like it when experts are like, oh, we had this amount of catches this year and this amount of catches that year and this and that and this and that. Does not matter. It's a brand new season. So throw all that out the window. The only things we know is that Cliff Kingsbury is going to run a lot of plays this year. Okay? He's got Kyler Murray at QB, and the receivers are Christian Kirk and Larry Fitzgerald. Now, if I'm Kyler Murray, I'm going to look to throw the football to the legend more than I'm going to look to throw to Kirk all day, every day. Even if it's 5-yard crossing routes, 7-yard slant routes, little quick screen passes. Larry Fitzgerald is by no means the receiver he once was, but he still has enough in the tank where he can be a fantasy impact. Now, his average draft position is around the 10th round. That puts him around, the 7th, 8th, 9th round if we're looking at a 12-man league. He's actually not a bad pick because, let's face it, the Cardinals are going to be losing games and Fitzgerald is going to be, chasing history books. That's almost why he's on the field. He will get a lot of targets. I'm not saying he's a breakout player. It's not like he's going to go back to his vintage numbers. But when the matchup is right, you can see a solid 7 catches, 77 yards, maybe a touchdown. There's potential there. I do like a few more receivers with higher upside than Fitzgerald in that range, but I will say that Fitzgerald is not a bad pick, and he could potentially find his way into the Beastone draft strategy, especially if he looks good this preseason, then he can almost force feed his way in there. And for him to say Deshaun Hamilton, oh my God. No, I don't even, how can he say Deshaun Hamilton? Does he not know who the receivers of the Broncos are? All right, next up is Damian Williams. We covered him in the bust draft strategy. And what this guy does is he does not even talk about Carlos Hyde. All he talks about is, when he was a running back, he had more yards than Saquon and more yards than Kamara and blah, blah, blah. All right. Maybe this guy's never seen Carlos Hyde before, and all he does is just look at box scores. Because if you don't watch Cleveland Browns football last season, then you didn't watch him at all. Because on Jacksonville, he's basically just a bench player. But regardless, Carlos Hyde is a better running back than Damian Williams. If Carlos Hyde and Damian Williams all of a sudden go to, the Oakland Raiders, and it's an open competition for who the starting running back is between Hyde and Williams, there is no doubt that Carlos Hyde would be the first and second down running back. Damian Williams is the third down running back. Carlos Hyde is going to have an impact on that team. Might not be the first few weeks, but there will be a point this season where Carlos Hyde is getting just as much playing time, if not more playing time, than Damian Williams. You can book it. Carlos Hyde is a beast. Is the best offense he's been a part of. Next up is Mike Williams. Now, everybody loves Mike Williams. I mean, it's hard not to when you see how big this guy is. He's like Megatron without the skills of Megatron. And for those that don't know who Megatron is, that is Calvin Johnson. Now, everyone's getting so excited about him. Now, look at this analysis right here. He does not mention Hunter Henry once. Always like, oh, because Tyrell Williams is gone, Mike Williams is going to eat all of that production. Get out of town, man. It frustrates me that people are just... It just frustrates me that people are that not intelligent, yet they continue to get so much in this fantasy football world. Hunter Henry is going to eat up so many targets in the middle of the passing game. He talks about here with the red zone. They did look for him in the end zone when they reached the 20-yard line. Okay, it's called the red zone. But anyways, regardless, Hunter Henry is going to eat up a lot of those red zone targets. Yes, it may turn into a thing where Hunter Henry eats up some of the attention where Mike Williams gets some great matchups. But all that's going to do is make Melvin Gordon's life easier. Because at the end of the day, Philip Rivers is turning 38 or 39 years old this year. Melvin Gordon's going to be their red zone option. Regardless, Mike Williams, yes, he has a potential good season in front of him. However, you have to pay a pretty price to get him. His ADP is number 59, which means 4th, 5th, 6th round type of value, 12-team league, 10-team league. Regardless, it is too high of a draft pick. He is not consistent enough. The pecking order goes Keenan Allen, Melvin Gordon, and then it's a tie between Hunter Henry and Mike Williams. It is not a good pick to draft Mike Williams that high. You're putting a lot of stock into Mike and where he must have a beast season week in and week out. I don't see that being the case. Way too high of a price tag. Next, Geronimo Allison. All right, well, yes, Geronimo Allison looked great. He looked like a clear-cut number 2 receiver for the Packers before he went down last season. However, after he went down, the Packers offense became a rookie showcase. We got MVS, St. Brown, Jamon Moore, Kumaro. There's a lot of weapons here. Now, Geronimo Allison, he may be back from a torn groin injury, might be close to 100%. But these other guys stepped up enough where there's no clear-cut wide receiver 2. And if there is a number 2 option in the passing game after Devontae Adams, Jimmy Graham is that option. Regardless, Geronimo Allison is not a name you can count on your draft day. He's a wide receiver 4 at best. Do not draft Geronimo Allison. Next up, Chris Carson, the man who was part of the Beast Dome draft strategy last season. He is a beast. There's no doubt about it. He tore his ACL not this season, not this past season, but the season before that. I still liked him because he tore it in a way where he was ready to go. He looked full strength. He looked great this last preseason, which is why I pushed everyone to draft him last year. However, we are now a year further. Rashad Penny, he is the guy the Seahawks want to see. The Seahawks are not going to bench Rashad Penny this year. They invested a high draft pick in him last season. They invested a high draft pick in Rashad Penny last season, and they're ready to see if this guy's a real deal. It's going to be a split running back situation at best. Carson, once again, he had to go under the knife. He's expected to be healthy. But this year you have to draft Carson at ADP number 48. That's a 3rd, 4th, 5th round pick. No way are you drafting Chris Carson this year and you're going to win your fantasy league. That is a waste of a pick. Next up is Tyrell Williams, a man who can only do deep balls. That's his game. He likes to run into street patterns. Derek Carr, he is afraid to throw the street pattern. Something happened to him mentally. Last year, Derek Carr became a check-down type of QB. Check down to Jalen Richard, 3-yard hitch to Amari Cooper, 4-yard hitch to Jared Cook. All Derek Carr did was throw checkdowns. Maybe things will change and Carr will take some deep shots. But as far as Tyrell Williams being a difference maker on your team, yes, he will have some solid weeks this year. There could be at least 5 or 6 games where Tyrell Williams does put up those wide receiver 2 numbers. However, there will be another 6 games this season that Tyrell Williams puts up wide receiver 4 numbers. Those are the type of numbers that won't win you championships. If you put them in your lineup, it's not an easy schedule this year for the Raiders. It's not a dependable option. His ADP is very low at 155, so sure, You can throw your ring into the hat and see how lucky you get with Tyrell Williams. There is some upside there. But is Tyrell Williams the game changer? Is he the wide receiver that's going to win you your league? Absolutely not. All right, next up, Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram with an ADP of number 41. Now, this year, Mark Ingram's with Baltimore. It's his job to lose. I mean, he's going to get the bulk load of the carries. But let's remember one thing here. Okay, first of all, horrible analysis. I think this could be a huge campaign for Ingram behind a strong offensive line with a creative run designer and Greg Roman calling the plays. All right, Greg Roman, first of all, the Bills, the 49ers, he was not that good of an offensive coordinator, so get off of Greg Roman's nuts. Next thing you need to realize, when any team goes up against the Ravens, everyone's just going to stack the box. They're going to dare Lamar Jackson to throw the football. Now, Ingram's going to take a lot of hits this year. There's no getting around that. There's probably going to be 20-plus carries a game for Ingram, which is all great. There's a lot of upside there, but the Ravens do not have an easy schedule, and they'll also be losing a lot of games. Look who they lost last year on defense. Eric Weddle, C.J. Mosley, their two best players. Okay? Did they replace them? Not really. No, they did not. Not with anyone near that type of talent. So the Ravens are going to be losing. Mark Ingram's going to be taking a lot of hits. Lamar Jackson's a bad quarterback. Now, I'm not ruling out Mark Ingram as part of the fantasy option. I'm sorry, as far as the fantasy strategy goes this year. But at the same time, he really is not a front runner for that draft slot. And there are more important things you got to do to the Beastone draft strategy to get Mark Ingram. However, how the pieces are falling, there's a small chance he can fit into that small window, but I'm not advocating as Mark Ingram as a must-draft option, but he does have an interesting role ahead of him because he's going to get a lot of work, and that volume is sexy. Next up is Tevin Coleman, and you will not find an expert who is more on Tevin Coleman his entire career with Atlanta than myself. Now, was he part of the draft strategy? Yes, he was when he was falling into the 6th, 7th round, when he was with Atlanta. Now he's with the 49ers. And with the 49ers, once again, he's falling that ADP number 69 range, so 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th round, more like 7th round. But regardless, this is a new team. The 49ers have 3 great running backs. Jerick McKinnon, who's getting paid a farm, a castle, whatever you want to say. McKinnon's getting way too much money. Matt Breida, who's one of the league leaders in rushing last season, a few times last year. Injuries prevail, did not let that come to full fruition. But at the same time, Tevin Coleman comes into town. There's too many names there. The 49ers offense is not an offense that can support 3 running backs in the first place. There's no guarantee that Tevin Coleman's the bell cow any given week, and there's just no reason to draft Tevin Coleman this year. It's going to be a headache. At least last season, it was just Tevin Coleman and Devontae Freeman. Here's just a plethora of guys. It's a new offense. Well, he did have Kyle Shanahan with him in Atlanta. But at the same time, it's a new team, it's a new environment, and he's away from that dome turf where his speed really comes into hand. And last but not least, the cover man of the bus draft strategy, Amari Cooper. Now, let me just read you an analysis from a top 10 fantasy pros expert. And they asked this expert, name a breakout player you must draft. I have Cooper as my 7th ranked wide receiver and 20th overall. Cooper will benefit from an entire season with Dallas, and she should see an increase in targets per game in the 7 to 10 range. Cooper finishes the 8th best receiver in half PPR formats last season during week 9 through 17. His 9 games with Dallas. 1,500 plus receiving yards is possible in 2019. Great analysis, buddy. That annoys me. I'm sorry. That is not acceptable analysis, and it just annoys me. It really does. I'm sure you can feel it in my energy. You can see it in my face. That is not acceptable analysis from a fantasy football expert. This expert should be ashamed. All right, Amari Cooper, Dak Prescott. Yes, that worked last season. It did. It was nice. There's a lot of great games. You cannot forget that Thanksgiving game. But look at this schedule. All right, he's facing top cornerbacks every single week. Most importantly, fantasy playoffs, week 14 at Chicago, Thursday night football. It's going to be freezing. Dak cannot get Amari Cooper the ball in that game. Week 15, he'll be going up against Marcus Peters or Aqib Talib with Eric Weddle watching. We just talked about the Pro Bowler Weddle. That's not a good matchup for Amari Cooper. Week 16, at Jalen Mills. It's one thing if he's home, but if he's at Jalen Mills in Philadelphia and they still have the same secondary that won the Super Bowl 2 years ago, that's not a good matchup. So if you draft Amari Cooper, and if you make the playoffs this year, and it's not going to be an easy road, as you can see, Janoris Jenkins, Xavier Rhodes, Darius Slay, Stephon Gilmore, just to name a few of the corners he's going up against this season. At the end of the day, he is going to cost you your season in the fantasy playoffs. So all in all, these guys are all busts. Do not fall into this trap this year, all right? Just get the Beastone draft strategy. It's literally free. It's literally free. It's an option. It can either be $10 or it can be free. How it can be free is if you just tell a couple people, just tell 2 people to deposit $10 on the Monkey Knife Fight. If you do that plus yourself, all right? If you do that plus yourself, I'm going to refund all of your people. I'm going to give you all $10 back. Be season free. Just get yourself plus 5 other people, and I'm going to refund all of you. And then you can even make money with this. Look at this. It's simple. All you have to do is just log in, deposit, put promo code BEAST. It's going to be a beast season. The draft strategy this year is flawless. It's flawless, all right? Do yourself a favor, become a Beastone MVP member this season. Let's win your fantasy football league. I got a beast draft strategy. I promise you'll like it. I promise you'll like it. Guaranteed. Now, it's guaranteed you'll like it. Guaranteed you'll love it. All right, with that, have a great night. Thank you for listening to me. I'll be back with more Beast.